18 that you brought down. Ooh, that knob 18 is one of the you can look and you can look at price tags, you can look at the Pappy, you can look at the Stag, you can look at the Joseph Magnus cigar blend.
Careful what you
That
say after
Knob
this.
Creek 18 was absolutely delicious. I can't put three bourbons ahead of it.
Tonight, we are going to try something that a little late to the game of, but is still my go-to, must buy, no questions asked. So basically, my version of barrel products for compared to Chuck, which is Elijah Craig, and this is batch B523. So this has caused a lot of issues in the community because this is the first barrel Elijah Craig barrel proof that they dropped the age statement from. So it is not 12 years. It is 11 years.
Or do we not know that it's 12 years?
No, we know for sure. It's 11 years, 5 months, says so on the bottle. And everybody freaked out because they did that originally with the 94 proof Elijah Craig. It was originally 12 years. They dropped the age statement on that. Knob Creek dropped their age statement. It came back. So maybe, who knows, whatever. So we will see if it's still as good. On the flip side, to give them, the benefit of the doubt, a lot of single barrel Elijah Craig barrel proof products have come out and they've been younger than 12 years and they've been absolutely fantastic.
Really good.
And the rumor is which I'll say this and then I won't be able to find a bottle because everybody will rush out, that the C batch, the C923, is going to be 13 to 14 years old, allowing them to just play with the age as they want to, essentially doing what we would hope they are doing as blenders and tasters, putting the best possible product out there. So we will see what we think. I mean, I'm always an Elijah Craig fan, so let's go.
I'll start this with saying Elijah Craig barrel proof is always a buy.
Yeah.
And we were my wife and I were in Costco and they had a single barrel pick. And she was like, should we buy this? And I was like, it's always a buy. And she's like, you should get two. And I was like, you don't argue.
Married well.
You just say yes. Yeah, exactly. So to bolster that, you just always buy it, regardless. Yeah. And then going back to the age statement, I think this is kind of an interesting argument. Obviously, we knew this was probably coming based upon the market, the bourbon market. They had released these Elijah Craig barrel proof single barrels at a younger age. They had to affect stock, and eventually this was going to happen, right?
Well,
does that affect quality? Yeah, or the demand. Is this going to affect quality? I'm not sure. Booker's 6 to 9 years.
Yeah.
Not a 12-year age statement. Yeah. Personally, I'm a huge fan of 12 to 15-year age stock. So
yeah,
more oak, the better.
But so that's that. I feel like that's what I want to see. We talk about full transparency and all that would be really cool. And you don't have to tell everyone, but if I request it, let me know. I want to know, by dropping it essentially 7 months, how many more barrels, so how many more bottles could you ship out? And so how many more people get to try it? Because that would be the interesting thing to see. By dropping it those couple months and making it 11 years, 5 months, how many more bottles were you able to distribute versus just at 12?
I mean, that's a good question, but I suspect in the batches, it's not much different as far as the total number of bottles, but they obviously have increased the total expanse with the single barrel program.
Yeah.
So I think that has, at least, non-scientific, has increased the penetration of the market with Elijah Craig barrel proof. I see a lot of people get their hands on single barrels where they probably wouldn't have been able to get the get their hands on a batch.
Yeah, and I think from a marketing standpoint, it's really smart from them because if I can find an Elijah Craig single barrel proof now, and I like it, all right, now I need to hunt those regular barrel proof releases from them because I have never heard about it before. And the single barrels expose me to that. So it makes great marketing sense on their part to do that.
Yeah, fair.
Here's the bad thing. With you guys that have these really expansive bourbon collections, some of the guys that I am at work with will pass this up every day because it's an Elijah Craig. It's not a Blanton's. It's not a Bardstown. It's not even Four Roses. They will pass that up because they don't know what they're looking for.
Yep.
Because they're looking at a name. But this is very, very good.
Appreciate you keeping it PG there.
Yeah, PG.
We're 3 minutes in. They won't get us on the demonetization list.
Some people don't even. Some of the guys I work with won't even go with what they like, even a brand, because they see Elijah Craig. They're like, "Oh no, that's lower end. I don't need this."
Yep.
Try it, and you're going to be pleasantly surprised.
Yeah. So what you're recommending, Scott, is if you see Elijah Craig and it says this right here, barrel proof
or single barrel,
barrel.
You and TJ you guys have been around. You are very deep in, but some of these guys that are, hey, I'm just starting to get into it, and I see this at Costco. That's Elijah Craig. That's not Blanton's. That's not Bardstown. That's not.
You're right. It's not Blanton's. It's way better than Blanton's.
This is, you're going to get more than you bargained for.
For $65.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
It's a steal.
Oh, yeah.
It's a steal.
So on the nose, I'm getting all types of cherry, smoke, vanilla, caramel, brown sugar, all the stuff I love on bourbon.
Smoke oak is kind of the two words that I would use to dominate that nose. Just, I mean, aged Kentucky. Like if you want to describe it that way, just aged Kentucky.
Yeah, absolutely.
I get the oak and a little sweetness, but it burns a little bit. There's a little bit of burn there.
Yeah, we are
124
coming in. 124.2.
It's not that crazy gasoline burn as soon as you get a whiff of it. Like you can go really nose deep on this, and it's not gonna burn the nose hairs out, but a little bit something there. It's
some of us have more nose hairs than others, but
I'm almost 50, so I would hope that because you're like 28.
I like that you think I'm 28.
Yeah, and then on the palate, it is all cherry and barrel char. Like that barrel char is right through the whole thing. It's absolutely delicious.
I get the sweetness, like what I would classify as fruit sweetness on the initial palate. I'm not getting char per se, not char like, that Kings County that you and Brian had loved. Sure. Like that's barrel char. Goodness, that's going back 2 years now, but
oh gosh, might be time to go give them another try.
I don't forget that was barrel char. This isn't barrel char. This is oak. This is aged oak to me.
Yeah.
And boy, that lovely like caramel sweetness in the palate. This is really good.
Yeah. Go some tobacco cigar notes. I kind of feel like.
Yeah. I can give especially as the finish dissipates. Like that's definitely, you get some of those classic maybe some tobacco and oak finishing notes.
But it's not a drying oak, which is good.
I still have some bottles of B520 and C520 that I visit on a rare occasion. I hold those in the top 10 bourbons all time. This I may have to just visit
Ooh.
those to because this, at least tonight, this is
All right.
really good.
I think it's really good. I think it's a really good barrel proof bourbon. I don't think it's Elijah Craig barrel proof worthy. I think it's good, but it's not that what I grow to expect. But the reason I'm going to say that is because it is not a caramel brown sugar bomb. The predominant note to me is oak, which makes sense why you would find this as one of your best Elijah Craigs.
Yep.
Because you're more the oak fan and I'm more the sweet brown sugar notes. I think it's good. I think it shows that removing the age statement isn't a big deal, which if you're really honest with yourself and having tasted the Elijah Craigs and the single barrels, you knew that. But I don't think it's their best version for my profile. However, I do agree with you that if you're a big oak person, you're going to love this.
I think this is one of my favorite batches since, like, I've had more or favorite single barrels. You know, I think, or that was our favorite bourbon last year, was a single barrel from a local liquor store. But as far as the batches, the ABCs, this might be this might be my favorite batch going back to the 2020s, which those were legendary. So, and you're right, I love oak. So I don't know. What do you think, Scott?
What's the price point on this?
If you can find it, $70.
So wasn't this at Costco?
No, I can't remember where I got this.
I always find mine at Costco. I will say that.
But 70 or 80 bucks.
Yeah. Right? And so the local liquor stores around here had pumped it up to 90, but this is the first batch that I saw back at the $70 price range. So yeah, so it should be right about
on this. I'm looking, it depends what you like. So to compare this to like a super clean Eagle Rare. Oh, Eagle Rares. There's not a lot to it. Super smooth, doesn't burn. There's a lot more flavor to this. You're going to taste more, you're going to get a little more burn. I like the oak as well. I like some of these guys that are finished. That's my wheelhouse. Anything that's finished in a barrel of cognac or Cabernet, that's where I'm at. For 70 or 80 bucks, I buy this all day. It's not super smooth where you're going to not get any burn at all. There's a little bit of, on that back end, a little bit of burn, a little bit of spice, but the flavor up front is amazing. The nose is amazing.
So our recommendation at the end of the day is if you don't have an Elijah Craig, you should to get an Elijah Craig on your shelf. If you see a barrel proof or a single barrel proof selection, go buy it. Let us know in the comments below why we are right. Because if you say we're wrong, please hit that unsubscribe button. I've never said that before, but I'm going to say it right here, right now.
That's not good. For those of you that were going to hit the unsubscribe button, like we're still a place for you. It's okay. Don't listen to TJ.
We're affirming.
That's kind of it.
But anyway. With that,
don't listen to TJ ever.
Cheers, and we'll see you next time.
Stay neat. Also, still subscribe. And drink Elijah Craig Bourbon.
Yep.